added 2 more puzzle pieces. And if I drag them out, I can count the pieces to see that we've created them correctly. Okay, so we know that the green is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we know that the orange is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We know that the purple, I'm going to come a different direction, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we know that the magenta is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know that our last piece, since we have 3 at 5 and 1 at 6, our last piece is going to need to be made up of 6 cubes. So I'm going to do a Control Z to put everything back together the way it was. And we're just going to do a quick test with our full-size block. And I'm going to place it over it and make sure that my puzzle cube pretty much fits inside of there. So I know that it's the right size and the right shape. So let's move that out of the way again and create our last piece. So for our last piece, we're going to drag out a box again. We're going to change its dimensions to be 0.75, tab 0.75. On the top white box, 0.75, hit the enter key, and we're going to place that box right here. But before we do that, let's just select and do Control C so that I have it for later. Okay, I know that this needs to move up 0.75, so we're going to come here to our height and change that to 0.75. I'm going to click off of it and then click on it and try to get it lined up where I think it needs to go. Oh, I actually did a pretty good job. So that looks good. Okay, I'm going to do Control V because I already copied that. And this time I'm going to raise it up 2 cubes worth. So I'm going to use that black cone and I'm going to raise it up 1.5. Okay, once it's there, I'm going to kind of eyeball it, try to get it in place. And let's see how well I did. So zooming in, it looks like I can move this over just a hair. So I'm going to hit the right arrow key, and that looks pretty lined up, and it looks pretty lined up there. Okay, I could either paste another cube and place it here, or I can change this dimension to make the width be 1.5. Remember, the only numbers you're going to be creating for the sizes of your cube are 0.75, 1.5, and 2.25. Okay, the last thing I need to do is fill in the 1, 2, 3 last 3 spaces or blocks in this hole. So to do it easily, I can select the last object I created, do a Control C, do a Control V, and get another copy of that. Be sure to click off of it because if you don't, you'll change the size. And you don't want to change the size, you just want to change the location. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to use my arrow key to try to align it as best as I can. And then I just need to make it a little bit wider. Notice what happens if I'm not careful. So I'm going to undo that. And I'm going to just click on this handle and say change this width to 2.25. Okay, and now I have my 5th puzzle piece. So I select all the parts, holding the Shift key down between them, and group them together. Okay, and now I have a red piece. Okay, I'm noticing I have a little gap between these 2 pieces. So what I could do is I could undo my group or select them again and ungroup them. Select this piece and just arrow it over until it's touching. Select all the pieces again, holding the Shift key, and group them together. Okay, and that looks a little bit better. It looks like there still might be a little bit of gap, but that's okay. Because when I pull out my red piece, it pulls out as well. Okay, so for your assignment, I want you to move this into some kind of isometric format with whichever being your front view that you want, and take a screen capture of your cube. Be sure to click off of it so that there are no white handles. Take a screenshot, put this in your document. Then I'm going to ask you to take it apart. So move the puzzle pieces. We want to be able to see all of the puzzle pieces when you do this, so you might have to rotate your view or move things around a little bit. And once you do that, you're going to click off of everything and take another screenshot of all of the pieces of your puzzle and put that in the document.